Hi there, this is Åsa with a new scrapbook process video. And despite being a bit out of focus, I'm really happy to be back with a new autumn-fall layout. And today I'll be working on a double page spread, and I will also combine it with 6 small cards for a Project Life 6x12 pocketed page protector. And I'm working with these really old pattern papers from Imaginis, and they are so hard to work with. This is mainly the reason why I have sped this process video up to ×8, because I took so long time to actually figuring out how to use these papers. So first of all, I got rid of one of them, the one that has the pattern all over, and instead I'm going to use these stripes. And I only have one length, 12-inch of each pattern, so I will need to come up with some nice ideas to make it work over a double page spread anyway. But this was really hard for me. I must say that these kind of papers are not my style, and they are extremely hard to work with, and especially if you want to fill the whole page that I usually like to do. And I don't think that I will buy these kinds of papers. I don't want to say ever again, never again, but I think that I will think more than once before I actually buy them again, because they are pretty. I admit that, and that's probably because the reason why I bought it. But if you can scrapbook with them, you should perhaps put them in a frame. And a paper like this with just borders, it doesn't even fit in a frame, so it's hard. Perhaps if you do a lot of cards, that would be easier to use it like that, but not for me. Anyway, I challenged myself to use it here because I have had it in my stash for so long, and it was totally fall themed, and I wanted to use it. This whole project will be with 12 photos, so it's photo heavy, and it has all these wonderful fall photos that I took last year in 2015, and we had the most wonderful fall with lovely colors, and for several weeks. I already told you that it's been a while since we had that due to early frost, and now finally we're back to focus. I'm so sorry. I will have to check that while filming much earlier. Back to focus. I have made a fall themed kind of arrangement now in January, but it all started way back in fall, in October. And here is a video piece from when I had picked beautiful fall colored leaves while doing my daily walks, and I placed them all in a notebook, and I just randomly pressed them for a couple of hours, or perhaps a day or two, just to make them flat, because I had really nice ideas to go with these. Oh, isn't that a beautiful leaf? I love it. It's a special kind of birch tree we have here. It doesn't grow here naturally, so it's a garden tree, but they are so lovely. And there are some oak and even some maple leaves, I guess, and just random stuff that I've found on the ground. There's even a cherry leaf, I think, and one more of those. 3 of them. They are so pretty. I love the shape of them. Anyway, I will make cut files so that I will have an infinite supply of leaves for these projects and for future ones. And now I want to show you how I just did that. I have imported one of those beautiful leaves into Photoshop, and I make the whole piece black and white. I don't think this is very important, but I did. And now I want to invert the colors. And I do this so that it becomes easier when I want to trace around it in Silhouette Studio. So now I just save the leaf as a file that I will remember and then it's time to import it into the Silhouette Studio. And I always work with JPEGs. I don't really need any other format. And here's the leaf, or the image of the leaf, and it's huge. So my first move is to make the workspace or the picture smaller. And I just select the image and I pull the squares in the corners so that the ratio is kept the same. Now I click the trace button and select trace area, and I make sure to cover the whole leaf. I remove the high pass filter and I pull the threshold or whatever it says, the lever there, until the leaf is filled and I don't get a lot of noise. And then I just press trace around, or trace around the edges. And now I can remove the leaf. Now I want to get rid of these noisy particles, or the speckles in the corner there. So I just press once with the eraser tool, and this takes forever because this is a really complex cutting file at the moment with all those tiny dots that needs to be remembered by the program. But now I just select a whole bunch of them and I delete them, and I see that I have even more, so I delete those as well. And now I start to realize that I have even more, so I pull the whole leaf away soon, I hope. Anyway, the leaf is on its own by now, so I can move it all where I want it to go, and I just can delete anything else that's on my screen. Now I have this leaf shape, and I can rotate it, and I can make it larger and smaller according to my liking, and I can copy it and make different sizes of the same shape. So I did this with a whole bunch of leaves, and sometimes it was hard. You need to have a really good contrast, a photo with a high contrast, because otherwise the select tool won't find it in Silhouette Studio. So, but I managed to get really nice cut files for plenty of these leaves that I had picked. And here is the cutout sheet. I chose watercolor paper for this cut file, and I cut my title at the same time. It will be Lovely Autumn, and the name of the town where I live. I also have the year. So here are all the leaves, and I have kept them rather the natural size and smaller, so that they become easier to work with. Now I want to color them, and I'll be using this watercolor set that I bought from Scrapbook last summer, I think. Yeah, I guess it was. And it is totally worthless. I didn't pay a lot of money, but it's worse than the watercolors that my kids have. The only good thing is that there are so many colors, so you don't have to mix. But they take forever to activate, and even when you have a good like when it's activated, it's not very the colors aren't very thick. So why do I use them? Yeah, that's a really good question. I have bought them. I want to use them. I have all these lovely colors and shades of different colors, and I didn't have that high, like I didn't need it to be perfect, or I didn't need it to behave in any special way for this project. I just wanted to make a mess with fall colors, so it's okay. And I will probably use it a lot, but if you are looking for quality, look elsewhere. And yeah, I guess it's like this with a lot of supplies. If you're an artist and you want to sell paintings, you don't even look at this stuff. But if you want to have a lot of different colors, it is interesting still, even though the coverage is horrible, and even though it takes forever for it to actually activate and come off the different the paint set. But anyway, it is a nice set for easy access to watercolor paints. Enough about that. Back to the layout. Earlier you saw that I cut these lovely border strips in half because I wanted them to stretch over the page, and now I have taped them back together. It's not really visible if you don't look for it, so it's okay with me. But I really thought that I'd go with that other idea, but I changed my mind. So since I will have another piece of page protector between these two, I thought it was okay to make them so that they aren't connected over the whole 24 inches. And this will be a first time. I have never made a double page spread in this way before, but I also thought that the idea of having 12 wonderful, lovely fall photos on one project was really tempting. So this project idea will be one that I will use over and over again. On my wish list I have already written that I need to buy more of these 12 by 6 and 12 by 4 page protectors. They are super fun, and especially with me, I take lots of photos and I don't want to make like 10 pages for fall leaves. I don't want it. They will look pretty much the same the next time it's fall, so I don't want to waste album space too much. So this idea with a middle page is totally going to be one of my favorite from now on. The idea is not new at all. The person I saw that did this was Mercy Tiara, and I love her videos, and she goes outside the box quite a lot in her scrapbooking, and I thought this idea was wonderful. She did it, for example, in her Halloween themed layout, and that's the one that made me curious to try the method. And now I'm just using these colorful leaves that I had cut out and colored, and I'm placing them a bit randomly, like they had fallen there on the page. And I have glued down the title, and I think it is a lovely variation of colors. It's a bit random, but really it picks up on all the wonderful colors in the trees. I think all these photos were taken on my lunch breaks at work during fall, before it became icy and slippery. I went for walks every lunch hour, and I had my phone with me and took mobile phone pictures, and it was wonderful. And you will see lots more of those photos during these fall weeks on my YouTube channel, because I took so many photos and so many different ideas I have, so they will totally last me forever, even though I place many photos on each page. Now I'm working with these cards that will go into my pocketed page protectors. And first I thought that I was going to work just on photos, and then I realized that the photos weren't the right size, so I had to grab some cardstock and place the photos on the cardstock instead to make larger cards. And that's totally okay, but that also meant that I had a whole different kind of surface to work with, so lots of those leaves I had to pull up and place differently now when I could go over onto the cardstock surface and not only on the photo. But that was okay. I didn't destroy any of the photos. Perhaps I destroyed small parts of it, but I could cover it up with the leaves, and that's totally okay with me. I saved a millimeter to the other side just to frame and get the whole the effect of yellow on both sides of the photos. And I wanted something more, so I wanted to add some roller stamping. And this is the swatch I did for all my roller stamps. I have a similar swatch for all my colors, and now I wanted to make one of my roller stamps because I got, I think, 3 new ones with my last haul, and suddenly it became kind of hard to remember all the words and where they were, so I decided to make a swatch, and it was a really nice idea. I have not regretted it, and it was really fast, so nothing that was a problem for me. And now I just need a space to hang those. They are on the shelf for my silhouette, and it is getting in the way for all the stuff that I want to have close by because it takes up a lot of room, especially the one for the colors. It is really thick. Anyway, some twine. This is brown and white baker's twine, and a thick kind of quality. I love it. It's really sturdy, and the bows becomes really large and bold on the page. So now I just place these in their pockets, and I love it. Really fun. And here's what it will look like in the album. Some close-ups then, and I hope that you have enjoyed this first outdoors scrapbooking photo shoot, and that you will come back really soon and watch more, because I have a whole bunch of projects waiting to be done, so that will be a lot of fun work. Take care. This is Åsa. Bye!